You are, but the challenge here is the challenges are immense, and it's not an easy thing to do what we are talking about here to rebase the GDP and include very intricate ecosystem services into your national accounts. So I think that you really should take this opportunity. We have a lot of experience to
Can we
build
go to a
on.
full
There
screenshot
is
of
a
Professor Kohlin, please?
there is a lot to be done. So what I would really recommend that the AFDB and all partners do now is to take this opportunity to really invest in the human capital of the continent. Of course, we need to do senior civil service training to implement this, but we can do so much more, and we should do so much more. We really need to also, give the opportunity for senior management to have executive master's programs. We need to have dedicated 2 year master's programs in multiple countries to build the capacity to also do the policy analysis that the vice president was talking about. But we also need to even build deeper like that, where these PhD specializations and maybe even postdoc programs to develop the methodology that was mentioned in the presentation. So I think now is the time to be ambitious. If we are to take this on as the first continent in the world to really mainstream natural capital accounting into the system of national accounts, let's do it right and let's do it seriously and invest in academic programs and senior civil service training to make it happen. Thank you.
Thanks, Professor Kohlin. One of my sayings is that for whatever endeavor we're involved in, if you're not in the business of communication, you're not in business. So what efforts are being made? You talked about mainstreaming. What kind of information is going out there and on what platforms to ensure that at a granular level and on a national level, there is an urgency of now to do what it is that you're talking about?
So we are building on really giants here. It has already been mentioned, the Inclusive Wealth report by UNEP, but there is also the Changing Wealth of Nations reports by the World Bank. Those are at a quite high level, although they start to present data also for countries. But what we really need to do now is to take this down to the country level and do also the policy analysis for that. So I think that, with all the case study countries that have been part in this wealth accounting valuation of ecosystem services program by the World Bank and other initiatives, we have seen and we also documented in the report on the kinds of policy conclusions that can be made, that can be drawn from these kinds of exercises. So that can be done continuously, and I would really recommend the African Development Bank to build that kind of coordination capacity at the bank and have annual reports, etc., to really feed this into the policy making of the countries, just like you do with the African Economic Outlook now, but with the focus on natural resources. So what we need now is really the resources to implement the actionable agenda that has been outlined in the report.